Hey guys, it's Bizarre Individual, and today I'm wrapping up February's buddy read, and I'm actually quite excited that I'm wrapping it up only 10 days in the next month, which has not been a very good pattern for me. But anyways, for the month of February, Simply Gee was nice enough to do our picks for the month of February, and she picked Enclosed Called Fat and All My Darling Daughters. Unfortunately, with All My Darling Daughters being out of stock, I didn't want to risk it, and I could only afford to place one order, so I couldn't do a Right Stuff order and an Amazon order. So I just decided to just get everything in stock just in case, so everything would come in at the same time on Right Stuff. So I will go back, and I do really want to read All My Darling Daughters, and I'm still going to do a review and a wrap-up on it. But yeah, I just couldn't afford it last month. So yeah, and I definitely want to read it because I really enjoyed Simply Gee's pick. Pretty much the buddy read is something that Lindsay Tut and me started doing. We decided that we were going to read the same manga each month and talk about it, and we just decided to invite everyone and anyone that wanted to join. And yeah, so I was really excited when Simply Gee recommended this for this month because I've been wanting to read it for a while. I heard that Manga Kid really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying his recommendations, so I definitely wanted to pick this one up. That's kind of why I picked this one up first, other than just going on Amazon and ordering All My Darling Daughters. But both of the choices were josei manga, and I've definitely read a handful of josei manga here and there. I have just recently got into reading a lot more josei, and I'm definitely picking up the difference between shoujo and josei for sure. Before, it was more of shoujo was aimed at younger women and josei was aimed at older women, and I'm definitely picking up the different art styles, the different themes. It's actually quite interesting to me, and I'm really enjoying it. Josei is quickly becoming my favorite genre, I guess. I mean, I say that now, but if I read like a seinen and love it, I'm probably gonna say about that. But anyways, yeah, this author has done quite a few works. When I was researching Moyoco Anno, and I actually read one of her works. Simply Gee actually gifted me. I should have looked at the name of it, but and I realized that it was by her by an advertisement in the back of this book. So I just thought that was really interesting, and I could definitely tell the same, not really the same themes. The other one was about a not don't like a whorehouse, and them and a young girl growing up in that environment. It was really interesting. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, this took more of a modern, and it was so relatable. It was actually, I think it was made in 1997, and I didn't realize it was that old. For some odd reason, I was thinking it came out like a year ago, because I mean that's when I started hearing about it and wanting to read it. But yeah, so this story was just so relatable to me. It starts off with a woman that is overweight. Her name is Hannah Noko, and yeah, she is overweight, which, I mean, I don't know if it's, she's definitely overweight in the regards of how all other characters in manga and anime are portrayed. But I don't really feel like she's like that overweight, but I guess it really doesn't matter um how big or how much. Pretty much all this talks about is really what goes on in your head and how you feel about yourself, and how you think about yourself kind of leads over and portrays on the rest of your life. Her being bigger makes her self-conscious and makes her kind of not stand up for herself. So in doing that, it kind of makes people push her around in like other areas of her life, like her relationship and her job and stuff like that. And so it's pretty much, she's been dating this guy for, I should have looked it up, but I think it was like it was like a long time, like 10 years, 7 years, a really long time. And his name is Shioti, something like that. And he's an attractive guy, but he seems to have his own insecurities as well. He feels like he's not good enough for really something better than her, and so he kind of stays with her in a way because he feels comfortable with her, because he feels like he can't do any better, like he can't go out and get like a real relationship with a person that has more confidence and feels better about herself, because he feels like he's not good enough. So um yeah, so in doing so, he goes out and cheats on her with one of her coworkers that is out to get her, because it's kind of like the, I guess, like kind of like the high school queen bee that never grew up type. And she just pushes people around, and I guess she's insecure too. She gets off by, she feels like she has to be in charge, and she has to be put everyone down to make herself feel better. So it's a lot of different relationships and different types of people and different types of insecurity all across the board. It does focus mostly on her, and it but if you look like into it, then you see the different types of insecurity, and it was just quite relatable to me, because whenever I am stressed out, whenever she's stressed out, or whenever she's feeling down on herself, whenever she's has anxiety, she literally just starts eating, and that kind of like comfort food. Literally inside of it, she says, all that I have to do is eat and I'll be okay. It's kind of like how other people use either drugs or alcohol to kind of cope with something. Her coping mechanism is food. I definitely noticed in Josei they have really similar themes, where it's kind of like the overall message in most joseis is, do you stay miserable because you're comfortable and that's what you're used to, or do you go out of your comfort zone to change it? So yeah, so her coworker that is sleeping with her boyfriend of years goes after her and gets her demoted, and she just keeps gaining weight, and she finds out about them cheating, and her life is just kind of going to rock bottom. So she goes out and she is like, okay, I'm going to do something about it. And of course she like backslides a lot, but in coping with this, she gains a different disorder, and instead like a disorder of eating, she doesn't eat, and she loses a whole bunch of weight, and it's just so messed up, and then she, in doing so, she realizes that the grass isn't greener on the other side, that she didn't really cope with the issue at hand. Like, she just replaced it with another problem, another issue. Yeah, I mean, it's so mind blowing. Like, I'm just in love with Josei. It's so kind of psychological, just messed up, and I'm definitely here for a ride. If you were looking for a happy ending, it's not there. This is not a happy ending. This is a story that you can relate to, that makes you think. Yeah, it's just great. Let's see my notes. But yeah, like, I thought it was kind of weird. On the back of this book, it says that it's a dark comedy, and there's nothing funny about this. Like, I did not pick up on anything funny about it. Yeah, like, you just feel so sorry for her. Like, like I said, her boyfriend is literally kind of just staying with her just because he's insecure and he doesn't feel like he's good enough for anything better. And kind of like whenever she loses weight, he leaves her because, yeah, like, it's just so messed up. And then her coworker, just doing all that stuff, and just bullying. She's just bullied by her coworkers, her boss, her boyfriend emotionally, not really like verbally, but and there's like some good messages in here. Like, this lady that tries to help her actually loses everything, and she could either stop. I'm not gonna ruin it really, but to help her, she has to lose everything to do the right thing. So that was a nice little. It was a nice little, like, not really side story, but nice little plot twist that definitely made the tone towards the end a little bit more cheerful. But this was just depressing and dark. But yeah, so I think I rambled enough about that. But yeah, so I would like to announce the next month's buddy read, which I should have got them, but everyone knows about them. It's Orange, and read one chapter, read the first two omnibuses, read Orange Future with us. Lindsay Tut and me would love for you guys to join in and just make a video about it, talking about it. Just tweet if you don't want to make a video, just or private message us, and we would love to talk to you about it. But yeah, so anyways, I'm going to wrap this wrap up, and thanks for watching, guys.